Welcome to Werezilla's Retrospective. I'm your host, Werezilla. And you all remembered the Generation 1 Transformers cartoon, I assume. I've given my thoughts on it, but there's one notable show I should probably talk about. Most people consider the first follow-up to this memorable series to be Beast Wars, a controversial series when it first aired, to be sure. Truck, not monkey, anyone? But now it's a beloved classic in its own right. So much so that people forget it wasn't the first sequel to the original cartoon. After Generation 1, there was...
Transformers Generation 2.
Yes, the 90s, the decade of my childhood, gave us one of the boldest takes on Transformers yet. Brand new toys with such wonderful color schemes, such great gimmicks, and that music in the commercials.
Flying all around in the air and on the ground, Transformer rotors are spinning. They can change before your eyes. That's a rotor shooting guys. When they get into a battle, they be winning.
Such entertaining music that isn't at all annoying. And it was supplemented by such a great comic. Writer Simon Furman was just so confident it would surpass its 12-issue run. I'm sure he named the villain G-Axis ironically. And of course, with brand new technology known only as the Cybernet Space Cube, Hasbro gave us one of their highest quality products to date, the Transformers Generation 2 cartoon.
On the planet Cybertron, life existed, but not life as we know it
Wait.
today.
Hang on.
Intelligent robots.
I feel like I've seen this before. Alright everyone, as you can probably guess based on my oh-so-subtle sarcasm, not to mention what day it is, the Generation 2 cartoon was actually a re-airing of the original series. Keep in mind, this was 1993. VHSs existed back then, but this was limited to mostly just the movie and a couple of episodes, not the full series. So this was fans' first real chance to revisit the show for the first time since the 80s. Well, 52 episodes of the original 98, not to mention they were shown in a very haphazard order, jumping back and forth between seasons 1 and 2 with no rhyme or reason, throwing in 3 random episodes from season 3, ending on City of Steel, one of the ACOM episodes no less. I'd say the original series was above such things, but the Rebirth was animated by ACOM, so who am I kidding? Oh sure, that got a VHS release and was labeled as part of G2 as well, but it was missing something that actually does set G2's airing apart from any other re-release of the series, the Cybernet Space Cube. This replaced the usual signal flip transition, you know, this thing. That thing that frankly you see in my videos more often than in the average episode of the original series. Of course, G2 takes it to the next level by putting in transitions in places that weren't there before. It gets distracting, and that's probably why it's never been used again. The real Generation 2 content is the toy line and the comic. Both were short-lived, but at least they had more of an impact. It's the first series to depict Megatron as a tank, which has pretty much become one of his default alternate modes, replacing the not exactly safe for children gun form he had originally. Also, these ugly color schemes still manage to find new life in new toys, and as for the comic, well, the art style has aged as poorly as the commercial CG, budding has been largely abandoned as an origin for Cybertronian life, and few are fans of the large numbers of 90s comic tropes that made it into the series. But the comic also gave us G-Axis, who's stuck around as a character in Transformers comics ever since. And really, Generation 2 is the reason we call the original Generation 1. So perhaps it has earned its place in Transformers. Either way, happy April Fool's Day, everybody! Be careful with your pranks. Wouldn't want to hurt anyone, after all.